it tough for us. So just glad to be back in Seattle in front of our home crowd with an ability to really lock in and, get this thing going and finish out strong before our Olympic break.
All right, great. Let's go over to Percy Allen to kick us off here. Question time. Percy, go ahead.
Awesome. Hey, Coach, how did Jewel Lloyd look today, and do you expect her to play tonight?
Yeah, she looked really good in shoot around, good mobility, good strength. So yes, expecting her to play.
Hey, and then just after tonight's game, you won't have Ezzy and Steph. Just what do you plan to do just in terms of the rotations without those two?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it'll be by committee, and understanding that the opponent is Phoenix. Griner's a load, the Taurasi is one of the best to ever do it. So just, more minutes available in a lot of areas. I'm not quite, I can't tell you how the rotation will look, more than just more minutes available and more opportunity for people to kind of step in and fill those gaps.
Is it bad timing in a sense, or, is it just kind of how it is this year with so many people coming in and out of the lineup? And then plus you're facing a Phoenix team that won't have their coach because of their national commitments.
Yeah, so maybe it cancels out, right? I mean, Ezzy and Steph are playing at such a high level. And obviously we love that we have Olympians. I hate that they have to go early. So it is tough, but again, it's kind of like what we've been experiencing all season, players coming late, not getting much training camp time, prep time, just something that we have to, face a little bit of adversity, but just going to stick together, figure out a way to just pull through for the last part of this season leading up into the break.
Yep. Hey, and then obviously you have the game tonight, but we won't have a chance to talk to you tomorrow before you face Phoenix. Have you had a chance to take a look at them, and just what type of problems do they present?
Yeah, I took a look at when they were playing LA, obviously preparing for LA, but understanding that we had them coming up as well. Taurasi's back, and having that time off, it's like she hasn't lost a step. Obviously, Brittany Griner is a tough matchup, and Skylar, and obviously, they present problems in different areas, and we have to bring a lot of attention to Taurasi, but understanding the rotations and having the box out on the backside with Griner, Turner, Kievan. It's a different matchup than what we've seen in the past two games. We've been seeing athletic guards at every position. Now it's a combination of a scoring threat with a big and just a little bit of adjustment here or there, but also just understanding they have to match up with us as well. So what does guarding Stewie look like? What does guarding Jewel, look like for them? And our attack has to be super balanced, defensively solid, and then offensively getting the shots that we need.
There you go. All right, Coach. Thank you.
No problem.
Percy, M. Adler, go ahead, M.
Just following up on that question about playing the Mercury. Obviously, their starting five is one of the best in the league, and their bench is not as good. Teams take advantage of that. Is there anything in specific? I guess not specific. You don't want to give the game away, but is there anything when you get there that you're looking to do to sort of be able to make your second unit a little more stronger?
Yeah, I missed the first part of that. Did you say Phoenix?
It's about them having a great starting five, the bench being a little lower.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about it is that we're going to be missing two of our sparks off the bench as well. And you bring up a great point in that they present tough matchups in that starting lineup, but also we have advantages there as well. So, a lot of times we're thinking about game planning about, okay, how can we stop Taurasi? What do we show Griner? But the flip side of that is how do they perceive us and our threats, and understanding where we can be successful and make them have difficulties with their matchups as well.
Gotcha. And then obviously the story, or one of the stories of the game, last time you played the Sparks was that zone defense. What does it do for you to be able to do such versatile things in the court with like smart and versatile depth like Canada, like Perk on defense?
Yeah, it's huge. It's good to have defensive versatility, especially, facing guards who are just tough. They put pressure on you at the rim. They get to the free throw line. Defensively, they're just hawking there in passing lanes. And so in order to change the speed of the game a little bit, to show different looks, it helps us. We don't want to be too dependent on it, but just to know that we can go to a different scheme, go into a zone to where we just slow them down a bit, take away their aggression a bit, make them think a little bit more, and obviously we have to rebound out of it.
Great. And then just one last thing along those same lines. During the last shoot around, I asked Sue, because she had been on a podcast recently, she talked about as she's gotten older, picking her spots on offense to attack, getting better and smarter at passing. And I was wondering, what have you seen from her on the defensive side in that way as she's gotten older, being smarter about rotations or sprint outs?
Yeah, one thing I talked to Sue about, she had a couple of possessions where she played Sykes very well. And so it's sometimes, when you're having to play someone who's quicker, using your mind and angles, Sykes wants to curl, so she beat her to the spot. Maybe she elevates, but just understanding at least you take these players out of their sweet spots. And obviously we see Sue's poke behinds a lot to get those steals. She gets those often, but I think, understanding with playing quicker guards, just spacing, angles, and outsmarting.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right, thanks, everybody. See you after the game, Coach.
Thanks.